We all know Jonathan Gannon is a straight shooter. He's not a guy that's gonna sugarcoat anything, mince words, hide anything. But and surely he doesn't hide from the facts. But damn, dude, I did not like what he said at his media availability yesterday. But we'll get right to it, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Cardinals Daily. I'm Eddie. Hit that sub, hit that bell, send that like. Jonathan Gannon, not really sure why he went ahead and said this stuff, but we'll go ahead and talk about it. We're just days away from the season opener for the Arizona Cardinals on the road at New Orleans Saints. And Jonathan Gannon said the quiet part out loud. Speaking in the media about the matchup, he admitted that what hardcore fans already knew. So far, he's got a losing record against the New Orleans head coach, Kellen Moore. Quote, I have a high opinion of Kellen. If you go back and look at my track record against him, it's not good, end quote. And he's right. In their game as play callers, in their time as play callers, Gannon is 1-3 against Kellen Moore. His defenses gave us some ridiculous numbers as well in those games. It was like 41, 51, 17, and 40. Like, it's not close. It's really ugly. So I get being honest, not hiding from anything, but come on, man. Don't be giving him any confidence. He's a new head coach. Like, don't give him any confidence. Kellen Moore knows this, right? But to hear his opponent say, he's like, yeah, I'm in his head maybe. So it's something to keep an eye on, in my opinion. He went on to say that the defensive line will be the key to what this defense does in this game. But in my mind, it's a key to what the defense does the entire season. He says, end quote, at the end of the day, our defense will go as the D-line goes, 100%. Pressure on the quarterback. Hits on the quarterback, more importantly in my mind. Tackles for a loss. If you can negate yards, you win. It's a simple concept, but one that's very difficult to execute on, right? Now, going back to what he said about his record against Kellen Moore, they still talk about how Gannon's defense gave up 24 points in the second half against the Chiefs in their first showdown in the Super Bowl. It's a talking point, but one that it's just bad luck in my mind, man. It's like the Madden curse, right? Anytime you have a lead and give it up, that's gonna come up, and it's just ugly. So it's something that Cards fans are definitely gonna be keeping an eye on this season. If you guys remember Andy Reid with the Eagles, right? What was the knock on him? Great regular season coach, but can't win the big one, right? It took the Chiefs. He was supposed to be a Cardinal head coach, by the way, but we'll talk about it some other day. But it took him taking the Chiefs to the Super Bowl and winning it for them to finally recognize what most hardcore fans knew. He's a great head coach. He just fell short in the big games. That's all it was. So hopefully Gannon doesn't end up in that camp because, as we all know, it's not a great deal there for Mr. Jonathan Gannon if he loses. All right. Here we go. Let's get back to some updates for this weekend's game against the Saints. A couple additions to the injury report. Looks like Dante Stills missed practice yesterday with a heel injury. Owen Papo's dealing with a quadriceps injury. Both are in jeopardy of missing the game on Sunday. Will Hernandez was limited in practice due to a knee issue, but John Gaines was the full participant with that thumb issue he's been dealing with. One big issue for the Saints, though. Looks like Chase Young is in danger of missing the game with a calf injury. He missed practice and may not play. Saints offensive lineman Trevor Penning missed practice as well with a toe issue, but corner Alontae Taylor is close to returning from a groin injury. Hey, I'm not mad if Chase Young's missed the game at all. I mean, that man is much better than what he showed in his career so far. He's a scary individual for quarterbacks to deal with. So I'm not mad that Kyler Murray's not going to have to run for his life from him at least. And this D-line or O-line is going to be able to get some momentum going, get some chemistry going and everything going on without having a guy like Chase Young trying to destroy things for you and ruin all kinds of schemes and everything. So there you go. Today we'll get the game designations for Sunday. That means we'll just find out who's out, who's doubtful, who's probable, active, etc. For the Cardinals, only adding 2 guys isn't terrible. They have a chance to play, but is what it is. But Walter Nolan, Justin Jones, Bilal Nichols, and B.J. Ojulari will definitely miss at least first 4 games after being put on the injury list or on the PUP list. I forget exactly which one. But those are your injury updates for the Saints game. All right. Yeah, Kyler Murray. It's not hard to bring up Kyler Murray literally every show, and today won't be any different. Lots to talk about that this is the year Kyler needs to show up, and it's okay. I get it. We get it. Sports writers, we get it. Talking heads, especially you local guys, we understand it. Like, this is the year that Kyler Murray needs to prove that he's the guy. Dude, we're past that. We're in year 7. That year was like year 4, right? And again, it just shows you the kind of sports fan culture in Arizona that we are. It's just super forgiving. Everybody forgets. Everyone forgives. Oh, we'll get him next year. Here's the thing about Arizona fans, for example. If you guys ever been to a Cardinal game at home, right behind me, you guys see the empty stadium. All those seats are red and everything, right? Come game day for the last few years, more than a few years, so for the last quite a few years, our stadium is dominated by away fans. Nobody is from Arizona. Like, literally nobody's from Arizona. It's very few hometown fans, right? So if you're a Cardinal fan, just gravitated to it. You had a family member, maybe a parent, whatever, that's a Cardinal fan, or maybe you're one of the very few that's actually from here. But we're a state of transplants, right? Including our sports guys, for the most part. And it's just it's an incredibly forgiving fan base. You could ask, any Suns fan. You can ask any D-backs fan. Like, the D-backs, bought themselves seemingly like decades of forgiveness by winning that one World Series early on, which we had no business winning, by the way. But hell, let's go D-backs. But with Cardinals fans, it's the same thing every single year. We'll get them next year. We're gonna be better. We're gonna draft this. We're gonna do that. And it just seems like we just barely we take 3 steps back every time we take one, or 5 steps back every time we take one. It's getting really old, right? So this whole thing was like, this is Kyler Murray needs to prove it this year and everything. Here's the problem with that thought, ladies and gentlemen. Should have thought about that before we signed him to a ridiculous extension. Now, in hindsight, that contract's actually one of the better ones for a starting quarterback in the league. If you've seen the salaries just explode in the last few seasons, right? So to get him at the price we did for what he can do, not terrible. But to keep saying this stuff like, this is the year, bro. If we somehow, for some reason, cut Kyler Murray after this season, that's like $50 million in dead money, okay? Like, you're going to be paying the dude to not play for us. It's dumb, okay? There's not one single quote, not in my eyes, not yet. Of course, I haven't started any college scouting. But if, for example, if anyone was thinking like, yo, we'll get Arch Manning in the first round next year, and he'll replace Kyler Murray. Arch Manning looks awful right now, okay? Now, I get it's one game and everything. There's a reason Quinn Ewers beat him for the job last season. And there's a reason, Arch Manning looked terrible. He's young and he's overrated right now. Now, I say right now because that guy's young. You got to give him that time to grow and everything. But I'm going to tell you right now, he's not the guy to come replace Kyler. No way, right? Anytime, if I go on any fan blog, especially on that cesspool that is Facebook, go on any social media platform and talk about Kyler Murray. And it's everyone, you need to cut that bum, you need to cut him. My question is always the same thing. Replace him with who? Who's going to replace him with? Right? The dumbest answer I've ever seen is like, well, just put a package, you get a trade for Patrick Mahomes. And I'm like, dude, please stop watching football. It's not for you. Like, actual football, watching it, not for you. Go play Madden where you can pull that garbage off, right? But it's the same question every single time. Who do you replace him with? Are there any rookies in this draft coming up that's going to be worth, right, like tanking the rest of this year? If it starts off bad, tanking it, right? We just paid Josh Sweat. We're due to pay a bunch of guys. McBride just got paid. James Conner just got paid and everything. Like, you think we are in we're in that spot where we can do that? Like, no, dude, we're not in hard reset mode, okay? And there's really no free agent quarterbacks coming out anytime soon, outside of maybe Aaron Rodgers, because he'll retire and then not unretire, which we don't want him. But, that's a joke mostly. But, Tom Brady ain't coming back. You know what I mean? It's not a great spot to be in. But it is what it is. So, there you go. Now, here's one that I was enjoying. If you guys watched the first game of the season. Eagles, Cowboys, right? Okay. If anybody watched the first game of the season last night, you saw that literally 6 seconds into the game, Jalen Carter was ejected after spitting on Dak Prescott after the opening kickoff. First of all, that's just dumb, all right? It's dumb. How are you a grown man and you're spitting on somebody? Like, it was on camera. And the best part and the dumbest part is that he's walking up to Dak. The spit comes out. The ref saw the entire thing in 3D, man. 4D, if you want to call it. Like, he was right there. He saw that thing go whoosh and hit. Of course, Jalen Carter is going to get ejected. It is the dumbest thing. Keyshawn Johnson came out and called him a dumbass repeatedly. And this is why you got into that stuff in college. You guys know the story of Jalen Carter. It's not great. But it was hilarious, right? Now, why do I bring that up? In a weird way, we kind of need a guy like him in the Cardinals. Not hear me out. Like, it's great to have guys that are all about sportsmanship, and following the rules and everything. But nastiness is required. To quote former Arizona basketball head coach in U of A, I mean, as in this U of A, and Sean Miller back in the day. He said nastiness is required, right? I think it was to win in March. Nastiness is required. You need nasty guys. You need guys, and I mean, that was stupid. You need smart, nasty guys, right? You don't need idiots, right? But could we pull a trade for Jalen Carter if somehow, if somehow that put a sour taste in the Eagles' mouth? I think we could. I don't know who we give up, right? But the Eagles D-line clearly needed Jalen Carter. But if he's going to put himself in spots where he's not going to be available and not be able to play, it makes him less valuable to the franchise. Now, truthfully, is this going to happen? No. Highly, highly doubt it. But if you can imagine, if Jalen Carter has an attitude problem, something's going on over there, right? He's feeling himself. He's a Super Bowl champion now. He's feeling himself. I know he's still young and everything, but he's got a ring. Maybe, worst I just walk in Philly. Send him on over, boys. We could we'll take all the help we can get. All right, Jonathan Gannon can talk that dude into chilling out and acting like a professional, but it was just hilarious, right? But again, it's very unlikely it ever happens, but I would love if it happened. Again, we need some nasty guys on this team that are like rough dudes. Like, you need the crazy ones. You really do in order to win a Super Bowl, in my mind. So that's my little 2 cents there on that one on Jalen Carter. And, of course, first game of the season's done. Eagles actually came out winning that one. Barely, I think by 3 points. Something like that. It was like 24-21 or 24-20. But and that's just because the Cowboys missed the last second catch from CeeDee Lamb to get the first down and give himself a chance. But fun first game. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Friday night, of course, Chiefs, Chargers in Brazil. And then, get on right up to the Saturday or Sunday games, right? Long slate of games. We're away at the Saints. That one, I believe, is at 10 a.m. start in the West. 1:25 p.m. start in the East. Lots of fun times. We'll talk about it more tomorrow. It's going to be a great Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to do it for this episode of Cardinals Daily. I'm Eddie Law. Don't forget to hit that sub, hit that bell, hit that like, leave a comment. I will see you all tomorrow. Go Cardinals, man. Let's do this.